research shows a sharp drop in the number of babies born in the U.S. last year. An analysis reported in the New York Times found an estimated 3.84 million babies were born in 2017. That's down more than 100,000 from the year before. And the number of people who age 18 to 30 who say they haven't had sex in the previous year, that jumped to nearly 20% in 2017. That's compared with about 10% in earlier decades. CBS News contributor Jody Cantor is an investigative reporter with the New York Times and joins us at the table to discuss. Good morning to you, Jody.
Good morning.
So here we are, Valentine's Day 2018. People are having less sex because they're on their phones. And the number of babies, there's a drop in the number of babies being born. What's happening here?
Happy, complicated Valentine's Day
Yes.
2018.
Yes.
So part of this is just about a huge change in the contour of our lives, right? Having less children, having them later. But it's also about the sort of day-to-day way we live our lives. And one of the really interesting findings here is that Americans are having less sex as a whole. And that is led in part by younger people. And the chief culprit does appear to be smartphones.
What are you doing with your smartphone? That I don't get. No, I'm not.
Is this a specific question?
I think the worry.
What do you mean?
Well, I think the worry is about the decay of social bonds generally and lack of kind of in-person quality time. Yeah, and I mean, you don't need to be a top sociologist to experience this, right? If you're getting pelted with work emails at 10 o'clock at night, you know, on your bedside table, that is obviously not a recipe for a lot of private time.
Or you can be communicating, it's just through texts, and you're not getting outside the house, and there's a distance and a gap between human interaction.
Exactly.
I thought was interesting is today the average age of a woman at first birth is over 26 years old. This is what you said, that as millennial women into the workforce, they are delaying marriage, they are delaying having babies, and at the same time, we see birth rates of women over the age of 40 increasing. So doesn't that mean women seem to have more choice in when they want to have a child?
More choice. This study that my colleague Lyman Stone wrote about shows a gap between essentially the number of children we want to have and the number of children we do have. It suggests that because we're starting later, we're going to have fewer overall children than maybe we thought we would when we were growing up.
What about the drop in teen pregnancies? I look at that as a good thing.
Well, that is generally the way people receive it. What's interesting, though, is that it's moving up the sort of age cycle, that it starts with teen pregnancy, but now it's going up into people's 20s and 30s as well.
So we were talking about people being on their smartphone and not having sex. The reporting that you've been doing, spending so much time on Harvey Weinstein and this reckoning that's been going on, give us your sense of the ripples that is having in just regular people's lives.
I think what's fair to say is that we're just at a state of romantic reckoning in this country right now. There are a lot of questions about the right way to do things and what the rules are and how to proceed in kind of a healthy and safe way. In my reporting, I talked to a lot of people who talk about just changes in their romantic interactions. I've had women tell me that at the end of dates now,